All right.
I remember seeing that. I
Let's
remember
show
seeing the video.
everyone what you're pointing out. Go back to that previous one,
Oh,
which gives you a okay. So he's saying this should be my next camera setup on the bike. I
actually,
I don't see that working out too well.
well, at least you have all the evidence, and you can prove the flurper's wrong. You have
Oh,
all the different perspectives. Keep in mind that.
oh yeah, we'll definitely have manipulation of the angle of attack. Looks like we'll have a few ways to do 3D imaging for them. Plus, if we swap out that Canon for the P1000, then they might really be happy.
You need a thermal camera on there too somewhere.
Oh,
Who let Squirrel design the helmet?
That is a good question that I do not have the answer to. But, yep, beginning the beginning year 2 of this show the right way with oddball shit at the beginning of it.
Yep.
So who all do we have here today?
We
No
got
Techatron yet. Okay.
no
Darn.
Tech has been kind of busy, so
Yeah, I saw something funny in one of my submarine groups that I shared it into the meme forum, but I just thought it was hilarious. I was going to share it.
Excuse me.
well, yeah, we can't pick on the Air Force every time. I mean, it's easy pickings.
No, and this one actually has to do with submarines too.
Ooh.
Did you know that driving an RV is an appropriate pastime for ex-submariners? Here are the commonalities of both. Storage loads happens on a regular basis. The only problem, you're the only one doing the loading. Steering and diving
Yep.
station. The only difference is there's no diving, hopefully. Instead of the diving officer, you have the wife yelling at you to slow down. Watch out on your left. Let this guy on the right. You're the worst driver I've ever known. Don't know if you realize it, but you're doing a good job. Huh? You still have to blow sanitary tanks and it smells just as bad. And you still have to rig for reduced electrical when dry camping, something your non-qual wife doesn't understand. There is more, but those of you who know get the picture.
I think one of the
Yep.
more interesting things that I came across is when I spent a little time on the Stennis, which is a nuclear carrier. I was talking with a couple of the other guys, and one of the young bucks was listening in and was like, wait a minute. What's water hours?
Nice.
Because the boat I was on before was the Kitty Hawk, and conventional, yeah, there is a good dozen times over the course of 2 cruises, just the last 2 cruises alone.
When were you? When were you on the Kitty Hawk?
I was part of the last full crew. I got there in 2005.
I think you might have you might have had the opportunity to know one of my guys. I think he left shortly before it decommed, but I don't remember by how long. He was. I don't know what his grade would have been when he was there, but he was OS Davis.
You know what? We could pull up the cruise book. It is available. So, but that was fun times on that boat. Fun times.
I bet.
Like getting tailed by a Chinese sub and no one really having a fucking clue until I'm walking through the mess decks with a guy I went through Indoc with who is a airborne EW, and I'm like, that don't sound right. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, you hear that whistle? That's not one of ours. What do you mean one of ours? That is not an American sonar. I thought we weren't doing sub-ops today. No, we're not. It's like, then you want to go talk to someone. 2 days later on CNN, U.S. carrier task force tailed by Chinese submarine surfaces within 1.5 nautical miles. Yeah, that was the Kitty Hawk.
Yep.
That's a bit bad, isn't it?
Oh, just slightly, especially seeing as how we were in the middle of a major training operation dealing with just about every contingency we could possibly deal with in the multinational realm like that. And yeah, anti-submarine warfare was part of it.
Oh yeah. I've also ran out of beers to try in my area. So I decided for movie night I'm going to try something a little different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Just one of those things. I'm like, nothing else sounds good. At least not worth trying, anyways.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Sam Adams, especially now that the summer is available.
Yeah, I kind of burnt out on the summer. That's what I was doing on movie night the other night.
Well, even so, you have the summer.
Does anybody smell a possibly dead cat anywhere?
I don't know. I'm afraid to open up and look.
Somebody roll that box, please.
Is it dead?
Roll
Are
for
you sure it's dead?
roll for initiative. Let's see who gets it.
Oh no.
I just bought new dice today. I can do that.
Oh jeez. No, you think that's funny? There's a video that's starting to circulate. It's Dungeons and Dragons gangster style.
Gangster style, you say?
Oh my god! There's 6 parts to it, and it is funny.
Oh.
Now, how does it compare to the Dead Alewives?
I couldn't tell you.
You don't remember who the Dead Alewives is?
I know of it. I'm foggy. Sorry.
You'll have to go watch it. It's funny to people who both have and have not played D&D.
Yeah, I'll put this on the internal chat so you guys can look at the video later.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
Holy
Good
shit!
evening.
Holy shit! It is
Apparently
alive.
it's alive.
He's alive, or is he?
There's
Possibly.
No.
Like I said, roll the box.
Well, the box. Well, there are spots on it, so maybe it's just a giant dice with a cat in it.
Exactly. Let's see here.
So I started pulling the file off of the camera. What, about almost 15 minutes ago, guys?
About that.
It's still going.
It's halfway done. That is the downfall about recording in the quality that I do. The raw files are fucking massive.
Yeah.
It looks like the bike is doing well, though.
Well, that's what happens when you take care of things.
How's the weather up there, though? I know it can be a bit nippy sometimes.
Oh, today... So this is where I start thinking about where I'm going to go riding before I go out, because had I stayed around the city, I would have wore the mesh jacket and been fine, because it was mid to upper 70s reported temperature. Actual active reading was in the low 80s today. But with where I went riding, I knew it was going to be a lot of shade, and at the speed I was going, I would want something a little more substantial. So I grabbed one of the leather jackets, and I was perfectly comfortable.
Nice. Do you go on base there very often?
I do not have base access to Newport.
Oh, that sucks. Because they got a great O Club on there.
Why would he want to go to the O Club?
because it's a great O Club. It's one of the few the living O Clubs that's really good. There's not a lot left. Oceana has one. I think Norfolk has. I don't know if their O Club is still existing, but there's not a lot of O Clubs left around.
Yeah, when I was still in the only O Club that I've actually been into was because we had an impromptu command function at the one on Whidbey Island. And I will say this, I can see why some people, when they would open up for the public lunches in that one, why they would go there. Because the main dining area had a rather nice view of Altfield. It was actually up on one of the hills outside of base, overlooking what was now the actual flight line.
Yeah, it's weird because back in, I guess post, I would say from World War II until Vietnam, O Clubs were really, really nice. And they started falling off about, I guess, probably the 90s. And now they're pretty much dead except for just a few locations.
And it's mainly the air bases that still have them.
Yeah, and that's because of the camaraderie in the air community, and then they have the one there up in Newport that's really nice. And I'm not sure why that is.
Well, isn't the majority of the staffing on Newport officers?
Yes, because the Naval War College is there, the SWO school is there,
OCS.
So, right. So that's probably why that one endures. But I don't know why the rest of them fell off, because the CPO clubs are still, in their heyday.
I think political climate has something to do with it. Which is actually there's going to be an offshoot topic that I record this week for the next vlog, because I will say this, it's one of those, I've noticed a good bit of my talking points have been like self-help type stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, how can I change it up a bit but still get my point across? So there are a couple things I came across today that just put a bad taste in my mouth about the way certain people are acting. So
certain people, as in
mindsets and behavioral sets, and let me just say, I can sum it up with one word that I really wish we could kill: tribalism. Because think about how many people make just about every issue that they interact with an us versus them type of thing.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be. There's nuances that go into things, and it doesn't always have to be a us versus them mentality.
Yeah, I forget the meme that I came across today around that time, but it was pretty much the top part was, I wonder how people would react if I told them that I was pro-choice, and then at the bottom it says, but I'm also pro-gun.
Right. Yeah. So which camp do you fall in?
Yeah, well, that's one of for me on both topics. The choice should be available but here's the thing: if you don't want an abortion, then don't get one.
It don't get one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My opinion is that I would prefer abortions don't have to happen, but I recognize that sometimes they do. So the choice should be available.
Jared, I found your helmet.
No, that's Ragical.
I was
No,
gonna
that's
say
Sir
Sir Sick.
Sick.
Yeah, and Radical's got more buff in the shoulders. This is more Sir Thick. And he's even got his halberd attached to it there, too.
The halberd, yeah.
Yeah. You can just swing that forward, you can joust with that thing. No, here you go.
Dude, that's what straws are for.
No, I think he's puking.
Or is he throwing up? Oh.
He's throwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a combination of the two.
And you know, so there was a guy that I was riding behind at one point today who he had a helmet on, but it barely looked thicker than a ball cap.
Oh, wow.
No, first full row under that one, fourth one in from the left.
This one here?
No, right above it.
This one here?
Hey,
That
kids.
one. Yeah. That is why.
Oh, go back to the last pick because I could look at her a little bit longer.
That's what happens when you take your helmet off.
Yeah, like I could deal with that.
Yeah.
Nope, there you go.
Yeah, that's typical parenting.
Let's. Well, whatever.
Oh, but the Scully system, that thing, if it was a little bit lighter, it would be rather interesting because there's quite literally a rear view camera in it.
There you go.
That is the wrong two. And there should be commas.
Commas, yep. Oh, there's your accessory kit.
Did
You know-
anybody catch Plan on Walk's live stream just a little bit ago?
I watched
did
some of
not.
it. Yeah, I watched some of it.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh yeah, it's a big dumpster fire with why he is an idiot. Oh Jesus! I
So
can see that being Jared tomorrow.
No. Here's the thing. My wife actually, she is a big reason why I have the bike because around the time that I had the money together and started looking, she was like, there were a couple things that came up, and she is like, no, go get the bike. It was like,
Yeah, because
Damn,
she
where do
wanted
I-
you to
where do I
out of
find-
the
where do
fucking
I-
house. She's like, just go away.
I wish that I had Jared's girl comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a parody of an '80s Rick Springfield song going through my head. I wish I had Jared's girl.
This is gonna be Jared, right?
Mhm.
you
I
gotta,
wish my
got-
wife wanted me to go away a little bit more.
gotta start them young. And by the way, that was the Honda Hornet. Those things are. So do you guys remember the
Got
one of
some
the first
going on here.
oh shit crap your pants type of bikes, the CBR 900?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CBR was
They- So
one, and still is a badass bike.
go back to two pictures ago. Not that one. That is the naked version of it with the exhaust up under the tail.
Oh wow.
That
Well,
is
remember this the CBR 1000 the we called it the leader.
yeah, the leader bikes. This was pre-leader bike era. That
Right.
But that's still it was the 929 CBR engine on a naked
Yeah.
bike.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the first like really fast V twins.
No, that was an inline four. The you're thinking the
Oh no, you're right. You're right. That was a 4-cylinder.
you're thinking the RVT 1000, the RC 51. That was Honda's racing V twin.
Oh wow, look at that thing.
Now, I like the sound of the V twin better.
You might like the Crossplane from Yamaha. It's a deeper sound similar to a twin, but it's still an inline four.
Oh shit! The hell?
Jared, does this about sum it up?
When someone asks you what it's like to,
Ow.
depending on the bike, but yeah.
But you're not going to get much better than the Hayabusa.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Hey, Jay,
Yeah.
save that one and send it to Gio.
Oh,
That looked
okay.
like a lot of pain waiting to happen.
Send that one to me too. I gotta show that to my wife because I know she's not watching right now.
Yep.
Now, here's a question for you.
Okay.
Have you told her yet?
No, I have not. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to hide that son of a bitch until after I get her back to Missouri when she comes down to Texas.
Okay, to be fair, the Grom is small enough to hide.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's perfectly in a junked out garage. So yeah, shut up, Jared.
This is pretty accurate too, right, Jared?
All except the last one.
The
Because
last one and the second to last should be the same.
pretty close. Except
Okay, now here's a serious question away from motorcycles for a second. Have any of you guys ever walked into a liquor store and had the fear that you were going to walk out drunk without ever making a purchase?
No.
I just did
Maybe in
today.
Europe.
I just did today. No, here in Texas, there's a place in Arlington. It's a high-end liquor retailer. Okay. I went in with the specific purpose of finding a cheap bottle of whiskey just for movie night.
oh, good luck.
Okay. Well, in this place, the cheapest bottle they had was $24. And thank God it was the Republic of Texas. It was a Republic whiskey, which is it's in the shape of the bottle's in the shape of Texas.
There you go, you wish.
Yep, there you go, Jared.
Oh, good guy.
Damn.
You know,
That would be fun. That would be fun.
that
If
could be fun, but I have my doubts about the handling simply because of the tires.
True.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be my concern.
Oh, found your helmet for you.
Change it to an eagle head and okay.
You know, we're
But-
talking at that point.
But the model there, I'd go for a ride with her.
Or she
One way
can
to...
go for a ride on me. I mean, what?
there you go, Jared. You could be Iron Man.
Hell, with her, I'd even ride bitch.
Yeah, you
That
would.
looks more
too.
like War Machine to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. But still, it's a cool helmet.
I'd like a War Machine helmet.
Oh, nice. But I will say this, dude, that's why they have mesh jackets. Like, I kid you not, when I am at speed, we had a couple days that it was legitimately mid-80s, and I was wearing the mesh jacket, and at speed, I forgot I had it on because it flowed so much air. So if you're really worried about comfort, but want to keep your skin where it is, get the right fucking gear.
Yep.
Well, see, if I went with a mesh jacket down here and I wiped out, it would still, because there's so much gravel on the roads here in Texas, it would still shred me.
No,
Alright.
depends on which one you get. The Revit and the Alpine Stars, which... Oh.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, that doesn't. Looked like
The secret is you fell.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
an intelligent. Yeah.
But so the those two brands especially, their mesh jackets flow a ton of air, and they're still CE rated for abrasion and impact.
You know what sucks?
Oh.
I just
Oh shit!
That guy's about to hurt.
Yeah.
Hang on,
oh, yeah,
hang on,
that's
guys.
hard.
That's James Toseland. That happened at Assen in 2006. I
I
remember.
don't know I don't know what is more shocking, Jared, the fact that you know that, or the fact that you're such an avid biker that you actually qualified to be an AT.
Talking of bike crashes in races, any of you guys heard of Guy Martin?
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord!
I've
Oh
had that.
God!
He's 200 mile an hour off on the Isle of Man.
Oh,
That's gonna suck in about a second.
both
doesn't
the
even have a
image
helmet,
and
does he?
to.
Nope.
Yeah, because he's a fucking stunner. He's an idiot. Which
Nope.
is why his fucking front fork failed, because he probably hasn't taken care of this shit. And so
His head's gonna fail in about a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey Jay,
Yeah.
do me a favor. I just put something in BTW idea box,
Oh shit.
and skeptic is why you are an idiot. Why don't you go check that out?
I mean,
There
this
you go.
why you are an idiot guy is just a straight up dumpster fire on his own.
Found your
Yeah.
helmets for you, Jared.
you know, what I'm actually trying to find is someone that can do a custom paint job that's not like that, but an actual eagle head.
Hey, you can wear the globe.
I'm not Nathan
like-
Thompson.
How about that helmet that's just a hands? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
though.
one.
That would look,
That one.
but again, I'm not doing an open face helmet ever.
Okay.
No, look up Eddie
That one.
Ballard's
Okay, what
helmet.
about
Look,
that-
oh Jesus!
I would do
Ralph.
I would do
Ralph.
that. I would do that one on Halloween just
No,
to
the-
fuck with people.
what about the one next to it?
How about the? Oh, here's someone wearing it. It's even got a cigarette stuffed in it. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so we do have an actual topically related question from the chat.
What? What was
nope.
that?
Oh,
Yeah,
We had a topic.
well, the title of the show kind of is Veterans Talk Weekly, so every now and then we get questions related to that. So the word is good. Said that he had a question for us Navy guys. What is the feeling about museum ships?
That you
You know-
shouldn't cover their name during presidential speeches.
No, the McCain's not a the McCain's an active duty ship. That was a different circumstance.
I know.
And really, that shouldn't have been done. My take on it is that I don't have a problem as long as the hull number is retired. Now, something like the Constitution,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's the oldest active warship in the American fleet, and you see how many times it leaves harbor every year. Zero.
What class is it?
Well, the
With the Constitution.
old Ironsides, it was a sloop.
Yeah.
It's still rig and sail. It's actually up here in Boston, and part of why it hasn't left in the last couple years is because they're doing a major refit and refurbishment to it.
Yeah. Normally,
Well-
it still has to do it because it's technically an active duty ship. It
Yeah,
still has to
it-
do
it-
its
it's actually
underway.
It's actually a commissioned ship right now.
Yeah, but something like the Texas and the Lexington down here in Texas, I don't
So
have
the-
a problem with
the-
them
the
because
old
those are
battleship
stricken from
that we're
record.
talking
Yeah,
about.
the old battleship and the USS Lexington, the carrier, is down there with her.
Yeah.
What would anybody have against them?
Well,
Yeah.
what I think is there needs the idea and the premise of museum ships are sorely underfunded. Like when you look outside of the Midway,
Intrepid,
the Intrepid, and the Arizona, and
Bowfin.
yeah, the Pearl Harbor area. Outside of those three spots, your museum ships are horrendously underfunded.
Because they rely on public funds. They don't get any state funding whatsoever where they're at. Now there is the exception with the submarine that's up in Oklahoma that almost broke free of its dry dock mooring when the Arkansas River flooded. Yeah, Jay, I take it you heard about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the premise of the question? Was it that we shouldn't have museum ships, or what was the premise of that question?
Just like what is our thought about it. And I will say this. I would love to see the Kitty Hawk get a 11th hour reprieve and be turned into a museum, not just because I served on her, but more so the historical significance of her in that she was named for where the U.S. powered flight was born, where the first test flights took place.
Been there.
But also of the designs of aircraft carriers, the Kitty Hawk class is what really bridged the gap between your first gen supercarriers of the Forrestal class and the current gen of nuclear powered ships. And since I agree with some people that, well, wouldn't the Enterprise make a more suiting museum then? Yes, it would. However,
that was a one-of-a-kind ship.
However, because of how much they have to gut a nuclear-powered ship to decommission it to get rid of the power plant and decontaminate it,
it takes years.
No nuclear-powered ship in entirety will be a museum.
Oh, I understand. I bet because of the potential waste.
Not just the waste, but especially a carrier. They literally have to cut huge sections into the hull and through the main decks to get the reactors out.
Yeah. There was a video I watched. They were doing it with the Russian nuclear subs and how they decommissioned those puppies.
Well, we did
just leaving them to rest.
No.
Yeah. Well, just the, my father is recently retired from the Newport News shipyard, and any sailor knows about the Newport News shipyard.
Oh yeah.
And he was a quality assurance person in that department.
My deepest sympathies to your father.
Yes, yes, he's a good man. He's living out his golden years now. So just defueling an aircraft carrier is a massive endeavor. But when we're talking about our battleships, they make really nice museums.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what anybody would have an issue with our battleships.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
The only potential argument I can see is that we could make more money by selling them instead of using them as museums. And to me, that's not really a convincing argument.
No. Yeah, I don't either. And we have one here in Norfolk, the USS Iowa. And, to be fair, it doesn't get a whole lot of, people going to see it. But it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all should.
It's the Wisconsin.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
an Iowa class.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's Wisconsin.
It's an Iowa class.
Yeah, and the Mighty Mo is out at Ford Island, which been on that.
Yeah.
Forget it?
But
No.
That was kind of a toss up when they decided to send the Mo out to Hawaii. I understand why they did it, but at the same time, there was a contingent in Missouri that wanted to see the Mo end up in St. Louis
Oh,
or
yeah.
somewhere up along the Missouri River or Mississippi River or Missouri River. And I wouldn't, I would
That
have
would have
liked
been a
to have seen
logistics endeavor.
Yeah.
that would have been that getting it through the locks in
Yeah.
just getting it through the locks going up the Mississippi would have been a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, here's
to some
the
degree.
pictures I'm showing. This is these are the reactor rooms of subs in containment that were decommissioned.
Oh wow.
Reactor compartment.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
nuclear reactor compartment.
Reactors in general are a pain in the ass to decommission. I mean, Chernobyl's still got people working there trying to take that thing apart. It's going to be there a while.
Oh well, yeah, Chernobyl reactor. They're actually not taking. They're going to put a concrete dome or something over it, a barrier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
another one.
Yeah, another
you've
one.
got
Yeah.
You've got a
Well,
huge mass of extremely radioactive material that you can't really easily remove.
Yep.
Right.
So they're
That's,
just going to.
that's worse than a reactor compartment.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jared, is the Forrestal still there in Rhode Island?
No. All of the at one point there were 3 carriers in mothball fleet up here at Newport.
Yeah, I know y'all
All
had the Forrestal,
The Forrestal, Saratoga, and
Saratoga. Yeah, that was the other one.
no, Ranger was out at Bremerton. I forget what the third one was, but yeah, they're all gone.
The Ticonderoga.
There you go. The forgotten Russian
Yeah,
fleet.
the Ticonderoga as well. Where did they
Yeah.
go?
They went down to Brownsville.
Ticonderoga got sold as scrap and is currently awaiting chop. Saratoga, I don't know, and the Forrestal, I don't know.
They're all either in transit or down in Brownsville, awaiting to be turned into razor blades.
Yeah.
Wow. I worked
Actually,
with a guy.
Actually, the Saratoga and the Ticonderoga are slated to become part of the later Ford class carriers. They're going to be melted down, and that iron's going to be used to build the new class of supercarrier.
Oh, okay, cool.
Didn't they do
Yeah.
that with the when the towers came down? They took part of the metal.
Yeah, the USS New York has some metal from both of the twin towers.
Right.
Okay.
It's in the bow of the.
It's not near the front, isn't it? Like near the edge.
No, it's in the bow. They have that massive chunk of iron that's in the bow of the ship. So the USS New York has that massive chunk of iron up in the bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
For stabilization. But I worked with a man, a retired chief. He might have been a senior chief. I can't remember, but he was a civilian, and he was on the Forrestal as a chief when the fire happened.
Oh.
And he could tell you all about the everybody knows about the Forrestal fire, or at least the sailors do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that story gets told to us in boot camp.
Yep. He was on there as an active duty chief.
Mm.
It was not a happy day.
Oh no.
No.
We used to get the
Not at
submarine
all.
equivalent of that. I knew some people that had been served on the Bonefish, so
Yep.
during its fire.
Yeah.
Had a battery fire.
Oh,
Fire and ships don't mix well.
No. Especially batteries and submarines.
Yep.
Yeah, back to what I was saying before. I'd like to see the Kitty Hawk kept as a museum, but the funding hasn't been there for it. Because it would be nice to memorialize the true super carriers, and the Kitty Hawk is the only one in a condition that is close to being preservable as a museum.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that the Kitty Hawk didn't have funding when it was active.
Well, no, that's why it got retired, is because she was too costly to operate as a carrier.
Yeah.
We're talking about the trade
But
up.
if you're talking about one of the iterations between the Kitty Hawk and the Kennedy, if you're talking about one of those two getting selected to become a museum ship, it's going to be the John F. Kennedy. And that's going to be that's part of the reason is political. Part of it is just the support for it.
Yeah, here's a picture of the World Trade Center, a piece of it. This is on display down in Delaware. You can see how it melted and sheared.
Yeah.
I'm talking about stuff here.
But jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Oh my god.
No,
No, just make it pliable like rubber.
Yeah.
I don't want that one. That's the one I'm looking for. Not CVN 79. I want CV 67.
Here's some history for you guys. This is one of the cannons from the Delaware State Fort.
Uh-oh.
That's nice.
Yeah, and actually, the back end of it, I wish I had a better picture, has swivels on it, so it can move its firing arc.
Yep.
So are the rails for the recoil?
I'm not sure how it works.
Probably.
It's-
There's a good
yes.
chance. There's a good
That's
chance
what
that what
it would
happens
be.
is when they fire it, or when they fired it, it would bounce backwards. They'd reload it, and then they push it forward again.
That's my best
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
Unless they
but-
loaded it from the back. But
Well, I mean, like
It's not
like
a front stuffer.
a breach. I think it might be a breech floater, but I can't tell you.
It looks like it would be a breech loader.
Yep.
My wife's a breech loader, by the way.
But this fort it's still standing today on Pea Patch Island, and it's amazing. 3 stories tall.
It's nice.
Mm.
My gun safe has some things like that, and not quite that big.
Oh, here we go. You were talking about it for the recoil. Here's one that actually is set up for recoil. Give me a second here. This is a front loader.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hate to be in front of it loading it.
It all depends on how accurate the opposing's fire is.
Well, the window it's shooting out of is not very big.
Well, no, but it also goes how much closer
yeah.
to it.
True.
They're pretty much using the arrow slot mentality, where if you actually look from the outside, it looks like a really tiny opening, but you look at it from the inside, you actually do have a wide firing arc from the inside.
Yep. The problem is if it's cannon versus cannon, if they hit that wall, you're probably screwed.
Yeah, it's all brick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, your cannon's
Yep.
probably 4 times the size of the cannon on the boat.
And
in
if
the
you
sail.
if you see at the back of it here, they actually have one of the cannonballs strapped down. You can see what the size of it is.
Yep.
Well, not to mention, also in a fort, you can mount larger guns.
Mhm.
Your firing platform is much more accurate than their firing platform is.
Well, yeah, because you don't have to
Uh,
worry about the pitch of the ocean.
Yep, you're not
Right.
rocking back. Yep. Oh, all right.
So your weight of shot is heavier, your accuracy is better, your range is better.
Mhm.
Yep.
Um,
Well, that's why forts were so effective.
And they have iron doors on the gun ports, so they can close them up. Yeah, there's without a gun emplacement. There's some of the other cannons they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's talk about history. That's Civil War history.
Mobile artillery there.
Yeah.
Well, that really is one of the reasons why I do enjoy being in this area.
So, Jared, did you
Because-
just check your Discord DM?
Oh, no, not yet. Because in the matter of a couple hours, I can go from being in downtown Boston to about 4 hours later being down in New York City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're right up there in that sweet spot.
I'm not
Except
a
for the
huge fan
weather.
of New York City.
The only reason why I would go at this point is to go on to the Intrepid.
Oh yeah, I
New
want to
York
go.
State's not bad, but I'm not a fan of the city.
I would like to visit the Intrepid.
Although I am tempted to go down that way just to do a late night ride with Psystrike. So
No, that would be interesting. To hear you yell "drink" while you're on the bike.
you know, with the
Yeah.
proper headset setup, that would make for an interesting trip.
The problem is if we did hear him yell "drink" while he's driving, we would also probably hear his head hit the pavement.
Yes, we would. Eventually, we would. Speaking
Yeah,
of movie night,
would that
Jared,
be
what's
such a
the?
big loss? I mean, let's be honest.
Yes, it would be a big loss because we'd lose AT2 and the Veterans Talk Weekly. I mean, we would lose it.
Of course, that was a joke.
Yeah, but the ramifications of said joke have serious consequences, though.
I'm a fellow AT, so I can make that joke.
I spent time in Cell Block D.
Okay. Now here's a piece of history. They actually got these off the ship before they scrapped her. Oh, come on, present. There we go. These are the actual turns off of the USS Pennsylvania.
Where's that
Nice.
This is the Boalsburg Military Museum,
at? In what city?
Pennsylvania. Boalsburg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I actually saw these cannons when they first brought them in. They've got them all dolled up now, but still, these are the original cannons off the ship before they scrapped her.
Pennsylvania. Were those 14 or 15?
Nomenclature start with
14.
BFG what? Like,
They're 14s, Jared. They were the same
Yeah.
cannons that were originally mounted on the Texas. The New York, the Texas, and the Pennsylvania all three got the same gun platform, but the Texas was eventually upgraded to 15s as well as the New York.
Yeah, as we didn't start using the 16 until the Iowa class, at least
Yeah.
from build.
And the nice thing is, as you can see, they also have tanks there too at the museum.
You know what?
Nobody
You know
cares
what-
about tanks.
You know what? was
Everybody's
unique
interested in
about-
these small arms. Huh?
Oh, look, it's a 5.57. How fun!
If you never did or serve on a
There you go.
battleship, or if you've never been
Ooh,
on
that's a
one,
60.
I would encourage you to go tour a battleship because holy fuck, they had a lot of guns.
Yes, they did.
As a matter of fact, the USS
know what?
Massachusetts is here, not
It's
far
right
off
there.
in Fall
Yep.
River.
Yep,
Yeah.
I toured the Massachusetts.
You know
And-
what?
Offshore bombardment from a battleship was terrifying.
Well, it's weird. They had, people would sleep in passageways.
I believe it.
They had just not even, I wouldn't even call them a rack. It was like a cot that people would sleep in passageways.
Well, yeah, the whole thing about heave out and thrice up, that was from back in that day where they didn't have the coffin racks like us. They had,
Right.
because to thrice up, you actually angled up your bunk area to create more room between them.
Well, it wasn't thrice; it was trice.
Trice
But
up, yeah.
And it's just nowadays it's just legacy that we keep saying trice up. But back
Yep.
in the day, you would trice your rack up so that people could walk by you or by your rack.
My meme. No, I'm watching the YouTube channel as well, but I'm sitting here looking at the memes, and all of a sudden my meme popped up. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to Whataburger. Can I get y'all anything? As a submarine going through the streets of Houston.
Right.
No, in
Yeah,
Texas, we
yeah,
will literally flood our cars for Whataburger. We won't flood our cars for McDonald's or In-N-Out or anything like that. If it's Whataburger, you're going to. if you don't have a jacked up truck to get through, and 99% of us have jacked up trucks, we will flood every vehicle we own just to make it to Whataburger. We will literally destroy our vehicles to get Whataburger.
Put those snorkels on your engines.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I have a big ass truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 3-inch lift.
No, 3-inch. you're
Holy
joking.
crap!
You raise your truck up 3 inches in Texas, and your neighbors will laugh at you.
What? You can only do 3 inches?
Your minimum lift kit here in Texas is 15 inches.
Yeah, well, the
Minimum.
came from the factory with 3 inches, and I'm good with that.
Now, you would be embarrassed. My nephew's Yukon jacked up more than that.
Well, I've got more inches, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh no, I always enjoyed it when I saw people who did that to their truck down in Florida, and then they would have the PVC faux balls hanging from the trailer hitch.
Oh, yeah.
If they started driving like an asshole, it'd be like, "Aw, your truck has bigger balls than you do. Is that why you're driving like an asshole?"
Oh,
Who needs to sober up, by the way?
Not yet. I
Sober?
hadn't even
What
started
sober?
yet.
I don't even know what that means. Sober? What?
I hadn't started consuming yet, and y'all are making me.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Well, see, Piggy said that he might get me in on Side Strike tonight,
No,
and
she-
he
she
said that I
repeated
had to start.
He's a slim up.
Well, Piggy said he might get me on Side Strike tonight, and said that I needed to start sober. So I've avoided.
sober?
Why would you have
What?
to do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have avoided drinking today, and I've been pretty good about it until I went to that liquor store earlier, and yeah, I almost didn't walk out of there sober.
Oh, okay,
And
so
the last thing I need is another DWI, but that's besides the point.
okay, say Jay, should we talk about the little conversation we had after the video suggestion I made today?
You might want to pregame there, you wish.
What
And I don't mean a little
suggestion-
bit.
What suggestion did you put
So-
forward, Jerry?
So the brand new video released today
From everybody's
if you
favorite.
say it's Jism,
No.
I'm going.
Oh no, better.
Do you marvel?
You would only
Better.
be so lucky if it was. Chisholm.
Let's put it this way: better than any Flurf.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let me just pull it up so people can see it. Give me
Yeah, let
just
me
a
see
second.
this because I'm kind of curious.
For those who
Just
have
a
been
little bit curious.
around the woo and debunking realm long enough, you will laugh as soon as you see the channel name.
oh, jeez.
Because this is a throwback. And he's still making content, just not as often as he used to. But
All right, we'll start with the
Is it
The
cheese?
channel name.
It's not spirit science, is it?
yes, it is.
Oh God.
Oh, great.
Hey, here for our beer
Whoa.
drinkers, here's a good scene for you.
no. Sorry.
Oh, good lord!
This is from Dogfish Head Brewery.
Nice. So yes, it is.
Uh,
It is
Oh.
spirit science. Now scroll up and show the name.
Really?
The
Oh,
Nibiru movie, The Secret Origins of
Hold
Our
on.
World.
Let me get through the ad first, really
Hey,
quick.
hey,
We
yeah.
will-
yeah. Get through the ad
Really?
so they can see the runtime.
oh, jeez.
An hour and 28
Well,
minutes?
An
Jesus
hour-
Christ.
Chow.
I was expecting it to be something like that when he called it the Nibiru movie.
You'll be there till 6 in the morning Eastern.
Yeah,
On Monday.
yeah.
Here you go.
Looking at that doofus thing. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, did he go back from actually recording himself?
Oh,
Yeah.
He did. He had a couple of live recordings.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
no.
didn't pan out as well for him.
Yeah, which he did say that he was bringing Patch back, so that's what he did, and he did it in style. So after I posted that, and Hillel's response being, "Please God, no,"
Let's
Here-
let Mortimer handle him.
Oh
No, this is more fun.
We should cover that on movie night. The episode will last what, like 215 days, 20.
So I even said to Sidestrike, "Hey, let's put this on the menu for tonight." Evil grin.
Nice.
They'll be all
see,
serious
I was
movie
looking-
nights for the next year.
Yeah, that will be a tremendous.
I like Hillel's response after you asked him about the runtime.
Yeah, because he probably saw that it was Spirit Sound. It was like, please God, no. Oh, but Hillel, did you see the runtime? To which he's like, please God, no.
Oh, but my comment in the middle is great. Jared must have restocked the beer supply today to a 90-day loadout, but your movie night time is only 7 hours.
And so after he sent that, Jay decided to message me on Discord asking about it.
Okay.
Oh, let me
So-
do this. I'm gonna step out
Well-
for a second because I'm gonna load into Discord on my computer. So I actually get off my phone and do this. Yeah.
Smells interesting. That
Well-
apple smash shot.
Yep.
So how much primer, Jared? Let me ask you real quick. How much primer do I need for tonight's episode of Movie Night?
Well, here's the thing. Just because it's on the menu,
Doesn't mean we'll get to it.
it doesn't mean that it'll be played, because keep in mind,
We have the Wheel of Fate.
we have the Wheel of Misfortune.
And Sai hasn't even actually announced the menu
No,
to
look.
us. But
Now look. Last week, Sai cheated.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
no, that needle never stopped.
The wheel was
not
still
stop moving.
moving.
I got a question, a side question here.
I could have swore I could have swore that wheel stopped twice on Jizzle.
No, that
It
wheel
did
never
not stop at all.
I got a side question about this. I realize Sidestrike server is separate. What the hell happened to UDSA? I don't go on that server that much, but it's like 10 channels left, literally.
Because Pig keeps playing with the roles. All the channels are there, but Pig keeps playing with the roles,
Well,
and he'll block certain roles from seeing certain channels, and it's kind of like, dude,
well,
would you quit?
well, it's not just that. It's also the fact that a couple of the content creators decided to leave with no warning.
Right, and I can see that happening too. But I guess my concern is I'm supposed to be an admin on that server, but at some point he keeps taking that away from me, and I'm not sure why.
You
Because
might have to take that up with Pig.
of
Yeah.
course I will. But the point being is it's like, if you want my help, then stop taking it away.
Yeah,
Because I can't go in there and do anything, and I'm not going to do anything like
when
to
when
it while
stuff
you're
keeps changing.
screwing with it,
Yeah.
right? Because stuff keeps changing. I'm not going to, admin it at all because I don't know what the hell's going on.
There are times even I don't know what's going on, because there are times he'll get an idea up his ass and decide, oh hey, let's make it more friendly to shitheads, and then
Yeah.
wonders
Anybody hungry?
why it. Let me guess, that's the 20-pound burger.
No, that's a 2-pounder.
Oh, only two.
Oh. Only two?
Yep, and
What a
you have
baby.
an hour. You have an hour to eat the whole thing.
The meat is 2
Oh,
pounds.
that
Everything
one.
else.
Well, yeah, I was looking at
Big
total
ass
weight.
burger.
Total weight is probably up towards 10.
Yeah, the meat's probably 2 pounds, and then everything else on top of it. That's
So-
that's as far as I got.
So wow.
Knife and forked it, huh? No.
No,
Lord.
that was my dad's.
You know what? That's what my wife says all the time. Well,
The problem is
Wow.
you went for
That was the box I
is-
put it in.
Well,
no,
that's
the
the problem.
problem is you went for the bun first.
Yeah, you started with
Yeah,
the
I
bun.
know.
Mhm.
But so
That's
I
just
just-
a tiny burger.
why the fuck did you just drop out, OBS? Fuck you, you fucking asshole.
if I
It's because of this.
had a nickel for every time I've heard Well, the meat's only 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
But as I was about to say, so Red is going live in less than a half hour now. My
And
plan,
I'm supposed to be on that stream too.
yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that or not. So my plan is to actually put this on standby during Red's show and go from there.
I forgot today was Friday. I should see if any of my liquor stores are still open.
Mine still are. I'm in Texas, so yeah. If you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area or Houston area, you should be
Wait,
good.
your liquor stores close earlier on a Friday?
I don't know. I
Weird.
don't usually go to liquor stores very late. I don't know how late they stay open.
Well, where are you? I can tell you what time yours closes.
Minnesota.
Liquor store.
They close at they close at 11 o'clock, I think. I'll have to message Trace and find out, but I think it's 11 o'clock.
Now, do you
10
get a free?
p.m. The one near me closes at 10.
Mm.
Now, do you get a free pistol with every purchase in Texas?
Mm-mm. No, it's only when you fly in or drive in, or bus in.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, see, if you bus in or fly in, they give you your gun and your ammunition there at the terminal. It's
No.
It's state law. It's state law.
Is it hollow points or solid?
No, it's a standard ball round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
metal jacketed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Full metal jacket.
Yep.
So here's how big of an asshole I am. I gave Fight the Flat Earth shit for not giving me a link to one of his hangouts, and he wrote back and was like, "Yeah, here's the hangout link that I sent you." I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, things are just get weird about that every now and then.
There's so many different, there's Discord, there's, email, there's so many different platforms that you can send a link on that, where do you go to look for the link that you want to see? It could be on Discord, it could be on Twitter, and I don't even twat, so I don't see it there. It could be on email. It could be.
It sounds like you have another personal issue you might want to deal with before worrying about a Hangout link.
Hey, nice to meet you. I don't twat either. Thanks.
You have no idea the personal issues I have to deal with.
Now, Aaron, you got to deal with this.
I do tweet, but I don't twat.
I don't do either.
But in his defense, he did send me a link, and I didn't see it.
Why were we getting a live look at Orphan Red's house?
Really?
Oh my god!
Hey, you guys want to brought up the GIF?
Actually, speaking of Professor Funbags,
Her name is not Orphan Red. It's Professor Funbags.
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of the professor, who else saw the latest video from Antonio ripping apart Lily?
I shared that to you.
Yeah, I watched it and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I know. I was sitting there, I'm like, and not even a spoken word from Antonio. That's the best part.
It doesn't need to be spoken. He just had to show the information on the screen.
Oh, it was beautiful. I
wait,
almost want to watch
Antonio-
movie night just to call drink on how many times Antonio's right in the video. Because
Oh,
that would be a change up.
Yeah, really. How long was that video?
And my
11 minutes?
I mean-
that thinks that she's
It does. I don't know, because if he's right a whole lot about calling out Lily, that might be an hour-long side strike.
Well, I mean, how many times did we call drink when we agreed with Ken Ham?
oh wow.
Yeah.
But
It was painful, but it still happened, though.
It did.
on the subject of Professor Funbags, she's only like, as far in the looks department, she's only okay. And
Solid 7.
Is that before or
Yeah.
after the beer?
But you would
That
still,
would
you
be
would still, you
six.
would still bend her over and pound that ass. You know it.
Only if she has a ball gag in.
I was about to say something along the same lines. Yes.
And just make sure she's wearing a globe over her head, right?
I'm going to go with a solid 6.
Yeah, I'd put her around
Yeah,
a 5.
I'd only give her a 5 or a 6 personally.
Yep.
Yeah, 5.5.
No, here,
Deal.
But
Here
the
we go.
problem,
Sounds
but the problem is that have you guys ever seen the Hot Crazy Matrix?
Oh yeah, she's definitely below the line. She is.
What?
Well, no,
Below-
she's above.
no,
She's above the line.
she's
She's
above the-
more
she's
crazy
above the
than she
line.
is. Yeah.
Hot,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's do this. 1 a.m. in the pub. She's a 6. Deal?
You must not be wearing bear goggles then.
No, I'm talking about.
No. 6 is one of those late night. Passable.
Yep.
Yeah. At 1 a.m. in the pub, she's a 6.
Yeah, but at 7 o'clock in the morning, she's a coyote fuck.
Well,
She's
yeah.
one of those. She's one of those that when she falls asleep on your arm, you gnaw your arm off to get away from her.
Oh yeah. No,
Oh,
she would be coyote ugly in the morning, but at 1 a.m. she's a 6.
No,
Come
see-
on, we
see-
can all agree.
See that's the thing, guys. You don't lay down with that one, then you don't have to worry about it.
Well, see, that's why you have
That's
that.
why you bend her. That's why you bend her over, stick it, and leave it.
Now
Or
get
you
these.
go to her place and you leave afterward.
You pick up one of these condoms. See the picture?
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
Nike, just do it.
KFC finger looking good.
You steal cab money out of her purse.
Oh, you use her phone to get an Uber.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm definitely going to hell hanging out with you guys. That's for sure.
You're just realizing that now?
No, I realized it a long time ago, but I thought it was going
You're
to
finally
be, I thought-
accepting it.
well, see, I thought my going to hell was going to be because of my agnosticism. Okay. But no, I definitely know now it's the company that I keep that have definitely corrupted me from both God and my own morality.
Actually, you could probably just give the Uber driver her phone number, and you wouldn't even have to pay him.
Hey, when I get to hell, they're gonna start playing "The Boys Are Back in Town." So
Holy cow. No, see, that's when you swipe her phone and you order Uber through her phone. That way you know she's going to pay for it.
Nice.
Yep, that worked for me.
Even though it appears we were wrong, at least we won this free space tour, right?
Houston, we're ready to return.
Yeah.
Houston,
The one-way ticket.
Hey, they stole my
Yep.
idea. I wanted to do that.
Yeah, but it's also, well, no, it could be headed towards the sun.
That's true.
I like
or
the
better
idea.
yet, Mars.
I like the idea of deep space. Let them freeze.
Nah, I wouldn't. I don't want to risk letting them land somewhere and carrying on.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. They keep talking about how you don't know what the sun really is. So let's send them there to find out.
Bring me a piece of plasma from the sun.
The first solar landing.
Here we go.
But how do they pass through the Van Allen radiation belts?
Oh, just getting
As
lit underwear.
Okay.
No, wait.
Yeah.
As slowly and through the thickest part as possible.
Yeah.
Hang on. Go back to the rainbows one. Technically, because of why rainbows happen, the curved rainbow has nothing to do with whether or not the Earth is curved.
It's
Yeah.
all the water molecules in the air.
it's the shape of the drops is what it is.
Yeah. If it wouldn't matter if the Earth was flat or round. Rainbows
And
would
if-
look the same.
If you were in the air, that would actually be a circle, not a bow.
Well,
Yeah.
can we go back to that globe picture?
That one's pretty nice.
Yeah. Where,
I love
I
it.
don't see. It always says not for educational purposes. I don't see that.
Well, they
It's on,
hide.
it's on,
they
it's on the
hide
other
it.
side.
Yeah,
It's on the other side.
they hide it down by Australia.
Yeah.
Jay, Ugly German Truce in the chat has a couple links to share.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Give me just a second.
Why is Ugly German Truth not a moderator?
Jared, I got your
That
new helmet for you.
Good point.
That's a good question.
There's your new helmet.
Oh, now
I'll
that would
take
be
it.
fun.
I will take that helmet.
Actually, jumping on it.
That would be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
No, that's your escape helmet on your motorcycle.
Escape helmet.
That's,
I think
that's when you realize.
Yeah, we're just fly away.
I think we're slowly turning you into like some kind of weird James Bond Inspector Gadget crossover.
I'm not complaining. As long as I get the bankroll.
There's no bankroll in it, Jared. That's the whole thing. You're the
Bond.
crash test dummy. You're
James Bond, he has a bankroll. If you guys set that shit up, I will do anything within reason.
But see, here's the thing: is that you got to realize for a lot of Q's inventions, he was the crash test dummy. He wasn't making any extra side bank for testing out some of those inventions. So you don't get the bankroll because we don't know if you're going to be able to use it or not. We want to definitely be able to recover those funds.
Well, that's why you have the clause in the employment contract.
Buried deep.
See, you make it. No, go Ferengi on the employment contract.
Rules of acquisition.
Yep. If you die during the process of completing your mission, we get all your gold or we get all your latinum.
Yeah. No. Exploitation starts at home.
With the family.
With the family.
But see, under the rules of acquisition,
what is it?
women cannot own property.
Okay, so now think about it this way.
Uh-oh.
I believe the actual rule was
nice one.
treat your employees like family. Exploit them.
Exploit them. Yeah.
We're going to the rules of acquisition.
I think this is 3 shows in a row now that it's come up.
Maybe we
Yeah,
need to
but
put-
let's face it. I mean, y'all are forcing me to relearn all my Star Trek stuff. So yeah,
maybe we need to come up with our own rules of acquisition for flurfers.
really, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Rule number 1: all flurfers must be.
I love that. The hills are alive with the sound of.
Yeah, if they can, if the H.M. Warthog is the hand of God, that 30mm cannon or that 60mm cannon is definitely its finger.
Here you go, Jerry. It's the rules of acquisition number 111. Treat people in debt like family.
Yeah.
Exploit them.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually happened before.
Yep.
Or what about the F-15 that Israel was flying that lost a wing mid-mission and made it back to base?
What
Go away,
about,
Batman.
what about Rule
Go
211?
away.
Rule 211 seems to apply, though. Employees are like the rungs on the ladder of success. Don't hesitate to step on them.
Do me a favor and look up the CWIS. CWIS.
Oh yeah, I know the Sea Whiz.
R2D2 with a strap
I know
on.
all about Seawiz.
Yeah.
We just called it R2D2 with an extremely big penis.
Well, I prefer with a strap on, but yes.
It's the happy R2D2.
Yes.
He got an upgrade.
Oh dear Lord.
But just for the people that haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. that looks more like a penguin.
I actually didn't have any
Crossing the
actual
Seawiz.
video of Seawiz.
Wow.
Like video of Seawiz is badass.
Oh yeah, if you can pull up a video of the CWIS.
Right. That would be great.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite things to hear on board ship is vampire, vampire, vampire.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There we go.
Oh, is this a video of a Sea-Wiz? Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, what about the
Oh, if only you had what audio.
Yeah.
not
Oh, man.
not just audio. There is another one where they were firing one against some mortar shells, and you could see it lift the dust off everything because of the back pressure.
My cousin is a civilian tech rep for Sea-Wiz. And the Sea-Wiz will actually, it tracks not just the target, it tracks the prior rounds that it fired.
Yeah, so it can self-adjust.
Yes, it self-adjusts its own rounds.
There we go. I found out how Riley spreads his rhetoric.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Isn't that the picture of the room where the guy uses all the
Is
old
that the
CD-ROMs
Gio's room?
and everything to create music?
Yeah, he tried to back up his thumb drive.
I got some other one. There we go. That's Riley.
Yeah.
No wonder he's looking
No.
for cause. Yeah,
Riley couldn't deal with.
I think wasn't he and Wally?
Yeah, Riley couldn't deal with that many monitors.
True. No, there you go.
Oh,
There's a
holy
classic.
cow! There goes the dadgum chat because now we're gonna get Father Skeptic in here.
Oh,
that's,
shit.
that's the thing.
4.01.
Only
Yeah,
one of
just
those
wanted-
was actually a monitor. The other ones were decoration.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Uh-oh.
Sea-Wiz.
Oh, that's a nice
There
one.
is fucking Sea-Wiz.
Oh, what sound? Nice.
Yes.
that sound doesn't do it justice, though.
No.
Is a LPWS. It's a land phalanx weapon system.
Oh, that's
it
a
fires
land Sea-Wiz.
Yeah, there was one recording of a test fire where you could actually see the back pressure from the rounds going off because of the amount of dust and sand that was blown off of the entire trailer.
Hold on.
Right.
Well, could somebody look up tow
Oh, no.
missiles?
Oh, tow missiles? Yeah.
Death on a leash.
Hey,
Death on a leash.
Jared, I found your hard drive.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey,
Requires appropriate installation kit.
you know, that was quite the hard drive.
Yeah.
$400 for an installation kit? What the fuck is in that?
Give me a second. I'll find
$500.
YouTube of.
That's all your connections and everything that doesn't come with the hard drive.
Like your adapter cards and shit?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh. Doesn't look happy.
Oh, this is gonna be juicy.
All the dust on the back end of it, yeah.
Yeah, now imagine that on a trailer in the fucking dirt box.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's pounding the ground's shaking and shit.
Damn.
And so we'll go back to that screenshot real quick. So you had the Sea-Wiz there, but did you guys notice what was to the opposite side of it?
Yeah, green shirts from Boeing. One of them's my former XO.
It's the opposite side, not the close side, the far side.
Oh, was it a launcher?
So that is actually the part of the system that replaced the Sea-Wiz. That's the
Rolling
RAM.
airframe missile.
Yep, that's the RAM. That's the RAM mount.
Oh, nice.
We had a RAM and a Sea-Wiz on my ship.
Yeah, they're as ships were going into the the complex overhaul, they
on.
were starting to cut back on the CIWS.
That's a shame. The CIWS is a badass defensive system.
Yeah.
On my last ship, the San Bernardino, they mounted a CIWS on the superstructure right above the fucking bridge.
Oh.
Probably a bad spot for it.
And then just to insult to injury, they removed the twin 3-inch mounts.
Okay.
Well,
Reading
was
where the
that-
arrow is pointing, this is the iTunes agreement.
Yeah, but see, iTunes is getting
Wait, what?
iTunes is getting murdered.
Manufacturer
It's all
production of
nuclear
missiles? Nuclear.
Hang on.
Or NBC, yeah, basically.
Okay.
This was actually in the iTunes agreement at one time.
That's disturbing.
Okay.
I swear they put in shit like that just to see who read it.
All right. Hey, play that.
I will in just a second.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
It's not actually going to fire.
It's just
Still a
tracking.
good view of it.
Yeah, look what it's tracking.
Yeah, the one I just posted actually fires.
Oh, that's cool.
Looks like an F4 Phantom.
I thought it was a Sea Harrier.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a Harrier.
Yep, I think so.
Oh, is that a tow?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Death on a leash.
I actually learned how to fire one of those because we had those at the observation post in Macedonia. They're fun.
When I was in Korea, we had toasters show up, and we had to cease firing so the toasters could do their thing, and they're running their damn mouths. Tanks are obsolete. Oh, best damn missile in the world, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Shut up and shoot your fucking missile.
Yep.
So they get out there, and
Oh.
the guy gets all lined up on the target, and they've been talking shit for like 2 hours about how great the fucking is, and he gets all lined up on his fucking target. Fire in the hole! And the initial launching charge fires, but the rocket motor never does.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And the tow
That's
goes
a problem.
Yeah.
and lands on the ground about 50 feet in front of the damn vehicle, and we are laughing our asses off. Tank's obsolete! You guys are awesome, man!
Has anybody here ever seen the Woody Allen movie called Sleeper?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It reminds me of the security guys and their guns and that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's a great missile, at least right now? A Hellfire. The Hellfire is a fucking badass missile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is.
You know, there was this missile test fire video we saw in C School that I wish I could be able to find somewhere out in public. Obviously, I've never released this video of any kind. But it was from one of the early test firings of the Harpoon anti-ship missile launched from a submarine.
I'm sure we
This
can
was like-
find something similar to that.
Well, no, this specific one though, it was a test firing, and there was no delay. There was no seeker delay enabled on the Harpoon at this time. It was like one of the earliest actual live test firings of this thing.
Yeah.
Then the missile came out. A submarine, like a fast attack sub, when it launches a Harpoon missile, it does what's called an over-the-shoulder shot, which means it's usually firing behind it. Like it comes out and goes out. This missile came out of the water, was already enabled. As soon as it leveled out, it detected the submarine's own periscope.
Oh.
Oopsie!
Whoops.
Dive.
That's no bueno.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Harpoon.
Wow.
Well, it was better than the alternative at the time. So
What's the firing rate on these Sea Whizzes?
Oh, God.
6,000 a
Jesus.
minute?
Really, really fast.
Ungodly amounts of lead shot
Is
down.
it
range.
is it similar to the
extremely-
A10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
I
At
want to
least.
say it was 2,500 rounds per minute, but that might be lower.
More.
Well, I know the standard M60, was it M61 or GU61, whatever the hell it is, the standard 6-barrel 20 mic has a maximum rate of fire when it's fully spinned up of 6,000 rounds per minute.
Damn.
No, okay, this is faster than that.
What's the capacity on these things? How much do they hold?
I remember that they can go through their.
It doesn't take them very long to go through their whole magazine.
I know. Under sustained fire, they could go through their entire capacity in roughly 2 seconds. But
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think the gun even fully spins up at that point.
No.
And it's a very, very accurate gun.
yes, it is.
And it shoots depleted uranium as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It even adds to its effectiveness.
Burp.
Burp. Rip.
Oh, come on. There it is.
Yep.
Gotta say, I don't miss those sound-powered phones.
Oh, the sound
Oh,
power.
the-
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Were you ever told to find?
I never had to use them.
Were you ever told to find
Fuck
batteries
you.
for them?
I was the equivalent of an IC man. I had to fix them. I'm the one who told people to go find them.
Find me a battery for the sound powered phones.
Oh, the things we would send people looking for.
Link cord. That was a good one.
All right.
How many?
Grid-
How many?
grid
Of,
square.
how many of you? How many of you
Left-handed
got?
screwdrivers.
How many of you got to actually get a brand new sailor to order pizza through the 1MC?
Can't say that I have. I've never tried, and even then, being Airedale, we really didn't have access to it.
I convinced one of the new QMs fresh out of C school or A school that we actually could order pizza from the galley and have it delivered to the bridge using the 1MC.
Oh.
That's great.
It was instantaneous mass. There wasn't any Chiefs board or anything like that. The captain was like, yeah, half pay for 2 months, and yeah, we'll see it. We'll see at the end of 90 days.
Oh.
I actually did have a well, we called them MSs back then, but now they call them CSs.
Yep.
Who, when I got off watch, she brought a sandwich to my stateroom, and I was eternally, to this day, I am eternally grateful for that sandwich.
Let me play you this song of my people.
Oh my god!
The wind up.
Never ever do that again.
Yes, please don't.
Where did you even get that?
You know the.
He probably has one right there in his living room.
Stop! No!
Well, now I need to find a recording of a crypto burst.
I never want to hear that sound again.
Or one of those EAMs.
For Christ's
Hang on a second. So.
Well, you don't want to hear the old klaxon going off?
No, don't do it.
Don't trigger you.
Jay.
Oh, come on, let's trigger Schrodinger tonight. Schrodinger deserves a triggering.
For Christ's sake.
Where are you sending it?
I did 9 deployments. Is 9 deployments not enough?
No.
No.
Never.
You need 20, Schrodinger. You gotta retire at that full 20. You know.
I did 22 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you didn't do 22 deployments. There's a
Okay,
difference.
I will do more deployments if you don't make that sound again.
No, do this one.
Jay,
Got it.
I just sent you a link. Pick any one of them. Let's
my
see.
God.
Let's see who can remember which is which.
You have my stupid dog that quit barking.
Am I going to hear dong, 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 dong? Oh my God! Collision!
No, I think
Brace
that
for
was,
impact.
guess who?
Battle station.
Oh wow.
Yep, battle stations.
Yep, there's a
Yep.
general.
General quarters. General quarters. All hands man your battle stations.
I love the ads.
That's an ad.
That's the TV show.
Dive.
Dive. Okay.
See, that one I didn't have.
Oh, it's CBR.
No, CBR was something different. Because the chemical alarm is on that playlist. There it is.
There it
That's
is.
the chemical.
Yep. Is this gang up on Schrodinger's cat day?
Yes,
It is.
It's ganging up on all of us.
Well, I mean, but yeah.
Well, at least all of the sailors.
Yeah, because what would the army use besides an air raid siren?
Oh, we didn't
Math?
use shit. We had a couple of alarms, but you didn't hear them that much because it just like most of the army is keeping quiet.
Sonar pings.
Yep.
Okay, could anyone guess this one?
Uh-oh.
Sonar. That's sonar. Oh,
I play that one again.
fire.
Nope.
Is
Is that
that
fire?
That's the power plant.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Oh.
Bingo.
a bad sound.
Wait.
I don't really want to hear that, except when you're testing it to make sure it works.
At 0030 in the morning just to fuck with everybody.
Oh no, they would never do that.
Oh, I did it when the nav was the duty officer. He signed off on the PM without even reading what we were doing before he hit the rack.
Okay, serves him right.
No, even better though is
Mm.
he's like, Petty Officer Brown, why did you sound the alarm? There's a reason for that. I'm like, you signed off on my work order, sir.
Hashtag malicious compliance. It starts
Oh.
in the middle.
Oh no. He told the captain about the next morning when the captain came in. The captain asked me just as I was walking off the boat for lunch that, did you really sound that alarm? I'm like, yeah, I even made the appropriate 1MC announcement that this was a test. I may not have been very loud in my vocalization, but I did say, 'cause, I respect my shipmates' sleep. And yet then he's like, yet you sounded that alarm in the middle of the night. Okay, I don't respect their sleep that much.
So when I was on USS Kearsarge, I was an ensign, and I wake up in the middle of the night because of the general alarm. So the engine room had scheduled a test of a fuel alert. So basically a fuel
Issue.
yeah. And so it was on the schedule. It was supposed to happen. So they said, "Hey, we have a fuel flow," and so they gen they they uh, reported to the bridge. Well, the bridge not seeing it on the schedule makes an alert to the whole ship. So I hear it and I'm like, no, that's bullshit. And I go back to sleep because they weren't supposed to announce it to the entire ship.
But they did.
Yeah, because they didn't. The officer of the deck didn't see it on the schedule, even though it was scheduled as a test. So I go back to sleep, and in the morning, that officer of the deck was no longer an officer of the deck.
Yeah, something like that would tend to do that. So Red has gone live, so
Mhm.
stand by, motherfuckers.
All right.
And we are back.
Oh God, help us all.
That was quick.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get my pants back on.
Wait.
Why would
Back
you
on-
need to do that?
Why were they
Schrodinger-
on in
Schro-
the first place?
Schrodinger was in here behaving like Piggy.
I mean, I need to take my pants back off because I had to go pick up some alcohol. But
Oh, Jared, do you need a subwoofer?
Wow. that was a good one, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, let's share it. Why not? That's and it's our type of
Yeah.
humor. So
Oh, let's see. Where did I leave that one? Sure, I'll just pull it up from the Discord. Sure.
so many shows going on right now. And thing is, you can even change that first one to any damage control training type of evolution.
Pretty much.
Hey, Jay, send that one to me in a DM on Discord, please.
Sure.
Yeah, that second sunrise would be oh god.
That was
would
it
be-
funny.
I
Those
just want to, I
typhoons
want to
are-
show that one to my niece.
Oh, it was like funny that those typhoons were bigger than an Ohio class, but carried less missiles.
Yeah.
That's what I found interesting. Now, what was the difference in the multiple warhead carry between the two missile systems?
Well, it depends on the specific trident you're carrying. The specific
Yeah.
version of the
Let's-
trident you're carrying.
Let's go with the D5.
Multiple. That's what I can say.
Even then, it's like, well, it's configurable because I mean they don't necessarily all have the same amount of
Yes.
verbs in them. It could be anywhere between 8 and 14 depending on the configuration.
Where was that? Got another good one here. Where did it go?
And then you have 24 tubes. Not all tubes are necessarily always loaded, so you never really know how many missiles one of those things has.
You do if you're a nuclear weapons security guard.
Well, yeah,
Well,
you
yeah, I mean,
kind of
if you-
should know.
If you specifically need to know, you do know that, but other than that, you don't know.
What the? Oh, okay.
Did-
That did not look like Sub-Zero in a small picture.
Are you trying to get the beat going?
Yeah. If you picked a random mission we went on, and if someone was able to ask me what weapons we were carrying, I could tell you the exact weapons we were carrying. But most other people have no idea.
Well, yeah, because it's
I'm on a fast attack.
well, and that's the thing. Why would they need to know? Is
Exactly.
the
If
thing.
you don't need to know, you're not going to know it.
Where's your mom?
A little too close to the truth, I think.
Let me get one of those wipes and clean all this up.
Oh, so wrong, but so hilarious.
Yeah, so right. Where the frick did that go? Oh, you remember that subwoofer one that I showed?
Yep.
I found a
that
politically
one?
incorrect
Okay.
version of it.
So an even better version of it.
Pretty much.
Nice. Well, you got to be wary of that Korean beef.
Where? There's one I saw while the show was going on or Red's show was going on that I can't find now. It was if you're feeling useless, just remember Spain is currently building a submarine that's so heavy it can't float.
Wait, are they really?
Oh yeah, they built a submarine and they didn't. Oh, here it is. I'll pull up a news article in just a moment.
Building a sub too heavy to float. So it's not so much that it's too heavy; they fucked up the buoyancy of it.
Someone didn't
That's
calculate.
easy to do.
Right.
They forgot to carry the one.
Like every flat earther ever.
Maybe they hired a flat earther to do their math.
And their physics.
Nah, they went with a geocentrist for that. That's why their missile systems are off. Hey, Clockwork, you're not necessarily late, because we did have, about a 45-minute delay in the middle of the show?
Okay.
Yeah, about that.
So here's the news story. Oh, here's an updated news story about it. Spain's new submarine has been knocked off course again after it emerged After it emerged, the boat could not fit in its dock. The S-80 first needed to be redesigned when an earlier mistake meant that it had problems floating and needed to be lengthened to correct the issue. Let's see if they go into detail what was the original issue.
Yeah, they didn't have proper ballast tanks for it.
Yeah, former Spanish official told the Associated Press at the time that someone had put a decimal point in the wrong place, and nobody had paid attention to the review calculations. As engineers worked on the long boat, another 14 million euros were added to the bill.
Oh, that is a hefty mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, here's what's worse about that too is they actually did some modifications to fix the weight issue.
Yeah.
Now it's too big to go in the dock.
Yeah. So the S-80 Plus, the original S-80 was 71 meters long and had a 2,200 ton displacement. The S-80 Plus is now 81 meters long and has a 3,000 ton displacement.
And they don't have a dock that can support it.
Exactly.
I guess we'll be servicing a Spanish boat here pretty quick.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
they can rent out facilities at Newport News. They've got big enough docks.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. People want to give the U.S. military and the U.S. government shit over financial mistakes that they've made in a similar aspect, but
I don't think we've ever made anything similar to this.
No.
Well, see, that's where our triple redundancy comes in, though. I mean, that's the whole reason. So we don't make a $14 billion mistake.
We've made expensive mistakes, but they haven't been this stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. What have been the cost overruns of the F-35 alone?
Oh.
Don't
Yeah, and who
get me-
gets an aircraft carrier without putting catapults on it? Oh, that'd be us.
True, the Brits did pull that one off.
Yeah, but they did it splendidly, for their Sea Harrier because that angle launch ramp sure does send them up pretty.
Oh no, the Queen Elizabeth was supposed to have, was it 1 or 2 steam catapults?
Should have had 2. Well, could have had 2, but the Labour government decided that as we were having the F-35B, which is the one that's really fucked up and very, very late, we didn't actually need to have the catapults on there. Not thinking that we could operate other people's aircraft.
So that's the big thing with the F-35 too. It's actually most of it's fine. It's the B that's been the big problem because it's one that keeps having to go back to the design
Yeah.
Problems
So that's
with
the
B.
one we fucking bought.
If we were just using the A's and C's, we'd be set right now.
Yeah, and our big problem is that we bought the 35B to replace the Harrier, and we scrapped the Harrier nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, so you guys have been without a functional naval aviation arm for over a decade.
Here you
And
go,
so-
you wish.
And so half the you lot.
I'll have to wait for it to pop up
So
on
that's the
YouTube.
Virginia class.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it even funnier. Because CNN mistaking our own boats for Russians.
Jesus.
Yeah, it
Oh, I found an early picture of Schrodinger when he got into
Uh-oh.
Spec Ops.
Let's see.
Let's see the damnation.
Scuba Cat.
Catfish.
Oh, what about
I'm
the
saving that one and sending it to him.
what about the
good lord.
what about the angry cop video about the seals? I'm a frog man. Arf, arf. Did he just bark like a seal?
Why does this look like something our Navy would do, Jared?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
That
I
probably
understand.
is something we've done.
yeah. It looks like it because it was done. Now that's that was the Independence variant, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Uh,
A little too soon, you think?
no. Nah, I still say the submarine race one was better. Wow.
Still find it funny when we almost sunk that fishing boat.
Wait, are you talking about the one you got caught in the net of?
Jeez.
I do that a lot, don't you?
It's, you'd be surprised. It's like you have like a fishing trawler at sea and it's dragging its net, but it's not really moving. You can't really hear it. It's not making any noise.
Oh, the Italian one.
Well, they got to make its mass, you know.
But so I know exactly where that picture for the Japanese one was taken.
Oh yeah.
Weird design of the Japanese one.
That was their midget sub. That
Yeah,
was
that's what I said at the midget boat.
yeah, that was one of the types of craft that actually took part in the attack on Pearl Harbor. What you're missing there, though, is the net cutter that was typically installed on the front. But go back to that one. But where that particular mini sub is, that's at the Nautilus Museum, right outside the main gate of Groton.
Who's got the echo?
I visited it when I visited it once while I was in Bess. So. That was 27.
Yeah, it was still there. I just like the fact that it's
26 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
wow.
The scary thing is, I could actually see Russia doing that to pay its bill.
Okay, what the?
Yeah, they sold a lot of ships for scrap.
Okay, question for you guys: is your audio cutting out weirdly and randomly too?
Yes.
Mine's fine. I haven't heard anything.
Mine's fine.
Sounds fine to me.
I'm okay.
Well, I've heard Jay and you and everybody else cutting out.
Yeah,
It might be my mic might be cutting out.
Well, no. I've heard the entire panel go silent, and I've seen OBS not getting anything. Not even the little background noise from you guys.
So are you saying you're going to create a VMix here?
I'm not playing that game. One, because I am not investing that kind of money in a program that has that sort of issues that is so difficult to get going.
Yeah, the learning curve on that is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'll hear y'all robot.
I think that'd be something that could beat both those. That would never had to do it. Is would be swapping the deck of a submarine while it was underway.
For you, go back and get my phone.
That's not how it works. If anything, if I see someone walking around like that, especially in a game, I'm like, hey, let's see what happens. Like, that was actually one thing that I had gotten good at in Halo Underway, where you'd see someone switch to a grenade, and then you shoot them, and it sets off the grenade in their hand.
That's absolutely evil.
Hey, you pull it out too early, I mean, things are going to happen.
No. You know, we know about that. We have experience with Pig.
Nice. Ninjas and persons.
That looks like the Delta Pier.
Why am I not surprised that someone did post that sign at some point? Wow. Although now I'm kind of getting hungry.
You guys are making me want another beer. Seriously.
Wow. Just wow.
Especially that last one.
Yeah. You're gonna have to zoom in on that one.
Oh, where did it go? There it is.
See, the wrestling one is kind of good. The DBZ one below it is pretty good. The yellow submarine is funny. But then, what the fuck?
Okay, what's up with this?
Great timing, Squirrel.
You got that poor kid, I swear. He's been turned into Goku's freaking cloud. That's not good.
He's also turned into a yellow submarine, so...
So what's worse, Goku's cloud or the Hindenburg?
The Hindenburg.
Yeah, that's the Hindenburg.
I can concur.
You better concur.
Well, seeing as how I do have a degree in aeronautical engineering, yeah. The middle bottom row especially. A senior officer on a Soviet submarine refused his captain's orders to launch a nuclear torpedo.
Oh. I'm trying to fix it, guys. Hang on.
Solve that problem.
There we go.
That did solve it. Hey, Jay, what's up?
Not much.
launch a nuclear torpedo at U.S. warships in October 1962, perhaps preventing World War III.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes actually, yeah, that's actually a good one. World War III. I don't think they were ready for we were quite ready for a third World War at that particular moment in time. Leather submarine. There you go. Oh, I should get out my Pug Marine picture for you guys.
I have one.
There you
It's
go.
probably
Well,
the
there
one
were-
I have.
There were an uncomfortable number of almost
misses?
accidents that could have put us into war, though.
Well, and,
Oh yeah.
well, and here's the thing: losing the Scorpion was one of them.
Yep. The K-129 is another. And the subsequent project is Orion.
You sub people, I swear. No. Hey, Jay. Just as an interesting side note, I find it very amusing that it takes 36 hours to get across the eastern half of Tennessee
Okay.
for a box.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it all depends. Well, here's the thing: shipping priority.
I put it pretty low on there.
It's FedEx.
Like I said, I put it on there.
I've had something coming from Arizona to Virginia before, and literally it would take a day and a half to get from Arizona to Richmond, and then spend 4 or 5 days bouncing around Richmond before it got to me.
Well, yeah, and that's
How far from Richmond are you?
10 miles.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing that I've seen is where you'll have like 3 or 4 day shipment, and you get the notification that hey, it's en route, but then you get nothing until the day before, and then all of a sudden you get all of the tracking updates. Gotta love when they do that too.
I love it. I love it when you don't get the tracking updates until after your package is delivered.
Yep.
And
Hey,
actually,
Main Gun. Here you go.
tanks, not only can tanks fly, but if you put a big, not only can we get tanks get airtime, if you can put big enough engines on them and enough fuel, you can actually make one of them things fly.
I've actually
It worked
seen
for the Phantom.
I've seen
did.
video.
It worked for the A-Team.
I've seen video of that tank firing as it jumped.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was freaking awesome.
Like I said, it worked for the A-Team.
Yeah, they just taking a dog for a walk. Oh wow, there's a way to hammer some puddle hunters.
That is one branch we haven't had show up in here.
Hey, when did Bodie McBoatface get a submarine?
Bodie McBoatface was a submarine to begin with.
I was going to say, you don't remember when they made the mistake of having the public poll to name the ship?
I was referring to
research vessel.
the person that usually hangs out in all the different live
no,
stream chat.
No, I know. And it was shortly after I saw his name that there was the whole thing over in Britain where, hey, we have this new ship. Help us name it. And someone suggested Bodie McBoatface, and it got a shit ton of votes.
It was a local radio DJ who suggested it.
Never underestimate the power of joke names.
Yeah.
The ship is now called the
Never,
RSS.
and
So
all
David
and I'm kind of hoping there are some people that never stop underestimating the power of 4chan.
Meanwhile, in Poland,
They're getting to work on it.
They've had enough of this getting invaded shit.
it's a fully functional Death Star.
Yeah, fully armed and operational. I don't see that cat diving anytime soon.
Wow.
Okay.
That's going to cause problems.
That's creative.
It's also very cringy. I'd rather get out of the box. Yeah, no.
I don't miss deck department, but needle guns weren't that bad.
I was lucky I didn't have to do any time with the deck.
This is my needle gun. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
There was a couple. There were a few times I became deck div LPO.
My
Good.
condolences.
Submarines didn't really actually have a dedicated deck div. It was something we threw together whenever we were in port.
Yep.
As needed.
Yeah.
I have yet to meet a ship that is completely that has complete paint.
You will never see a ship with complete paint.
I've
Because
never
we're
run
always
into it.
repainting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what? I agree.
You know when they
I won't.
you know when they finished painting a ship is when it's ready to be
Actually-
scrapped. Then they stopped painting. Then they
decommission.
finished painting it.
They stopped painting them right before they turned into razor blades.
Port Canaveral, home to U.S. nuclear submarine base, container port, largest cruise port. Wait a minute.
Propaganda bullshit, probably.
Wait,
Looks
no.
like it.
No, Port Canaveral, I know that it's a large container port and cruise port, but subbase?
We
I don't
occasionally
think
have
so.
boats that will pull in there for Liberty and stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah,
actually,
I've
It's
been
mainly
there
the
a
Ohio
couple
class.
times.
see,
No,
here's
we
the
pulled-
fun part.
I pulled in there
Nuclear
before.
missile systems. What the hell are those? Seriously.
Sorry, it was hard to understand that, Squirrel.
Undetectable nuclear missile systems. Describe.
Something a flat earther hopes is real.
Yeah, we pulled into we had pulled into Port Canaveral a couple times, but it's like nobody's stationed there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the closest submarine base to the closest submarine base to Canaveral that I'm aware of is Kings Bay up in Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be exactly right. He says, I didn't. Canaveral's not the Canaveral's a civilian. It's a civilian commercial port. I don't know why Obama would be giving anybody a 35-year lease. You talk to the corporations that run the damn thing.
Yep.
They may be mistaking Cape Canaveral for Port Canaveral, and Cape Canaveral doesn't do that either.
Yeah,
No, it's just propaganda bullshit someone threw together based on probably poor reading of information.
Oh, the Ohio classes pull up in there for Liberty? It's a subport.
Superman is the man of submarine. If you take it seriously, that would be a complete brain fuck. Okay. Anyway. I'm gonna guess the guys on the right.
Well, seeing as how that's who did win.
Right. As long as it's in winter and
And they
Never
wanted,
understood, he saw Napoleon try to invade Russia in the winter. I mean, you couldn't miss that. I mean, how do you make that same mistake?
Well, and here's the thing.
You don't invade Russia. I don't care with whoever the fuck you are. You do not invade Russia in the winter. That is like...
yeah,
it's a bad idea.
Well,
that's an incredibly stupid idea.
The invasion didn't started in nice enough weather. It was when weather started to go bad and all his commanders were like, hey, we should stop. Hitler was like, no.
Oh.
But seriously, we don't have the means, the materials. We need to stop and hunker in for the winter. Keep going.
Here you go.
Nobody said that. No, I have yet to see anybody say that Hitler was sane. You know?
He might have started sane, but he wasn't by the end of it.
Oh no, he was toast by then.
Since Squirrel missed this one earlier.
Wow.
Ow. Oh my God.
That poor Goggy.
Oh man.
Oh, so true.
Submarine battles.
Oh no. They have that
No, no.
date wrong. They have
Oh, yeah.
that date all
That should be a
wrong.
7 right there.
Yeah.
Besides, those guys look confused.
Yeah.
They're probably confused at who the fuck decided blue camouflage on the ocean? The fuck?
Yeah. But can you be surprised about that though?
What was wrong with dungarees? I was fine with dungarees. They were perfect.
You know, I mean, other than you had other than you had back pocket for front
Destroy the
pocket.
dungarees. That was the fun part.
No, I will
Or
say,
completely destroy them.
I will say this: the utilities that followed the dungarees looked more professional when properly cared for.
Except that never happens.
Hey,
Except for those of us who gave a shit. Because keep in mind, you had 4 of them in your sea bag minimum. 1 you keep nice for inspections, and then the other 3 you can fuck around in.
So I did with dungarees. I had my inspection dungarees, and I had the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yep. I had 2 full sets of inspection dungarees just for their surprises. Because sometimes that shit did happen.
Of course, underway, I never wore dungarees anyway because we wear those
The
poopy
coveralls.
suits all the time.
Yeah, I was in the coveralls most of the time, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our standard uniform of the day is maintenance coveralls. Except one time they fucking ran out of the green maintenance coveralls, and so we were issued white coveralls.
Oh no. Oh hell no.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
hell
love it.
No. No. There's exactly 3 places on the ship that those are any good. The bridge, sickbay, and Radio Central.
What made it worse is when we went to the chow hall, the knucklehead that happened to be running the chow hall at the time would not let us in wearing the white coveralls with all the fucking greasy oil stains all over them.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly what
we
I
had
was
to go. We had to go to the barracks, change over into fucking camis, then go to chow, then go back to the barracks and change back into fucking coveralls before marching back to the fucking tank ramp.
So you had
Really?
5 minutes to get through the line and eat?
About.
Maybe.
The entire crew shifted to navy blue coveralls the moment we went to sea.
Yep.
Skipper on down.
Hey, you got the skipper to do that.
No.
Mine always used.
Oh,
mine always
that was
used
our
to
underway
like-
uniform.
yeah, my skipper always wore coveralls when we were underway.
Or flight deck jersey. Those,
Even my air skipper usually wore coveralls. He did the flight deck jersey sometimes, but usually coveralls.
no, the last couple skippers I had when we were underway, they liked to play the rainbow. So they had 1 of each color jersey, and they would cycle through them.
Just cause.
But I miss the logo that we made for the shop on the Stennis.
Uh-oh.
It was a secret squirrel.
Oh, God. Seriously?
I am not kidding. Dude, I was 6611 in 610. We also had the ComSec equipment.
Oh, dear.
We were the secret squirrel shop.
Wow, that's impressive.
Not as impressive as this.
And chase back. Here, I thought I managed to chase him off.
Nope, I was just looking for good ones.
Okay. But drag tank and shoot for not expecting tank. Yeah. At that point, I don't think tank is expecting to be a tank anymore.
Routine question, Admiral. Have you sold any surplus submarines, and if so, to whom? Just a moment. I'll have to look that up.
Why would the Admiral?
To some
Jesus, sorry, big Christ on a pop.
Penguin.
Penguin. Penguin.
Shit, no. Yeah, that's Adam West for you.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for the day somebody announces he's died.
Well, here's the great thing. You know Adam West is really the true Batman because he doesn't have to announce it. Everyone just knows.
This is a good one.
You trade weapons to the British, yes? Yes, sir, I do.
You know what's funny is that you guys sit there and say, you can't wait for somebody to announce that Adam West is dead. June 9th, 2017.
Oh, damn, I missed it.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
Yeah, he's been dead
I
for
missed
almost
it.
2 years now.
It apparently wasn't well enough well enough announced.
Well, the thing was that you said that, and I was like, wait a second, I know he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. That everywhere started playing the scenes from when he was in The Big Bang and other shows.
Yeah,
constantly to memorialize him. I actually turned off cable for a week.
Yeah.
Now, who else died around that time?
What was that? June 2017, right?
Yeah. Excuse me? Someone had to do it.
That,
let's see here.
That last thing you were showing about the unrestricted submarine warfare thing was reminding me of Carl Donitz. It's interesting enough, like during the war crimes trial, Admiral Nimitz wrote a paper about how he had supported like the U.S. doing unrestricted warfare in the Pacific.
Yeah. But were they targeting non-belligerents?
Wow.
Yes, but we were targeting, shipping. Commercial shipping going to Japan, we were targeting that unrestricted. We were doing the same thing the Germans were.
Yeah. Not really seeing any names jump out. So maybe the rule of three didn't really apply.
Oh, the rule of three did. What?
I thought I saw Adam West.
Yeah.
That's a name I recognize anyway.
Well, we're trying to see who else.
Yeah, we were talking about the first place.
Oh, I see. That's right.
Yeah, looking like around there. Who else? So here's like the day before.
Then again,
usually applies up to a week before or after.
Yeah.
No, it's less than a week. First to last. So it's generally a few days in either direction of the middle one. But, yeah. And again, that's
Well, Joe
how much...
McCloskey with the Portland Trailblazers. That's the name I know.
The Portland Trailblazers? I mean, have they been relevant since the
No.
late 80s?
No, they were somewhat relevant back in the 70s, but yeah. And
They were
he
more
was
relevant in the
executive-
80s.
He was
The Sonics were
executive.
relevant
He
in the
was
70s.
executive of the Detroit
Well, the
Pistons
Sonics
when they were
moved
really
to
relevant back in the 80s.
The Sonics moved and were gone off to freaking Oklahoma.
Nobody cares.
But it
Oklahoma
actually
sucks.
looks like we might be getting a new team. I know we're going to get that hockey team, but we might get another basketball team too.
The hockey team's a tough call, though.
Oh, they pretty much guarantee that we're going to get it
Yeah,
if
but
we can.
Oklahoma's got that big, huge center, that big, huge arena thing down there, and
Yeah, well, you know what?
so they got to fill that up somehow.
What was that? What's his name?
What's his name?
Vaporlock, what are you trying to remember?
I'm just trying to. Clay Bennett. That guy can go fuck a dick.
Oh, the owner who took the
Yeah.
Sonic.
Who lied the whole time?
Yeah, and he had to violate his lease with the Key with Key Arena to do it.
Yep. I wouldn't have cared if they'd stayed for the whole lease and been upfront about it, saying, "Yeah, we're moving once the lease is done." I've been like, "Yeah, sure, go for it. You own the team." But dangling in front of people the potential of the team staying.
We want to stay. Give us what we want, and we'll stay. Okay, fuck you guys. I think that's really is the biggest dick move about it was he really had no intention to stay unless they outright built a new building that they could immediately move into. And sorry, shit don't work like that.
Well, there was the other side of that too. Is that they actually wanted to take ownership free and clear, without having paid for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a problem.
They wanted the state of Washington to pay for it and the city of Seattle, but then they wanted it strictly for their purposes, no strings attached.
Yeah, no, the closest thing to that is actually Fenway Park, but that's only because Fenway is considered a national monument now, a national historic monument, so they can't do too much renovation-wise, but the team owns the stadium.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the team built the fucking stadium.
Well, the owners bankrolled it back in the 1910 is when construction began, if I remember right.
Yep, that sounds about right, and that's exactly what it was. The team owns it because the team bankrolled it.
That's the undisputed limbo champion.
What, is that one that managed to get into a 3-inch stick?
Wow.
Wait.
Impressive.
Wait.
How the?
Like I said, the undisputed limbo champion.
How did it not break anything? And I see what you did out there, Tech. Now I will say, of the movie Batman, the actors who have played Batman in the movies, Michael Keaton is my preferred.
Hey, throw down some more. You're locked out.
Yeah.
Locked up. Whatever. I've been looking at the same image.
I wasn't implying he was the best. I was.
For as much as I would like to say that Val Kilmer did a good job, he was rather dry.
He did
in
the
his
best.
delivery.
He did the best with the script he was given.
But it was still dry in its delivery. I mean, when you get a shitty script, you should at least shit up the wall a little bit. Make it a point that you're not seriously trying to act it out.
Well, here's another thing to think about, though. When you look at Val Kilmer's history of roles that he's played, big roles that he's known for, outside of
Top Gun.
outside of Jim Morrison in The Doors, has he really been that emotive in his delivery? Because even in Top Gun, he was more approachable, but his character still lived up to the call sign.
Pete.
Well, but here's
Okay, but one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies, though, Top Secret.
Didn't see that
It's a
one.
comedy, though, but yeah.
All right.
No, I think
Who
my
let
favorite
Professor
Val Kilmer
Funbags in
movie
the
is
submarine?
Heat.
Actually, if I'm going with a purely, Val Kilmer movie that I'm going to sit down and watch again, it's going to be Willow. Connor, please take it up there, please.
No.
He actually, he
Don't play it down here. I'm doing stuff.
actually seemed to have done okay with that, believe it or not.
Yeah, that was also before he really became mainstream, though, too.
Oh, come on, you don't want to be his Huckleberry?
And see, I think he was perfect. The way he played
Doc
Doc.
Holliday.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jared.
Okay.
Wow. Uh-huh.
I'm detecting a squish.
Squish?
A squish.
No, squish bad.
I'm seeing a lot of red, white uniforms.
Uh-oh. Because that'd be even worse.
Oh my god.
Sad part of it is that in some cases, Ivan might actually buy that.
Yeah.
They really slow down on that.
Wow, that one was bad.
Yeah.
What?
This is what happens when Tank let a new guy drive.
Yeah, never let
Oh,
me
That is
drive.
bad. That is very bad.
Well, that is
Never,
terrible.
never let me drive. I was only a driver for 6 months, and I went through 3 tank commanders, including the Company XO, before they finally decided to give me a second stripe real quick.
Hey, Jared. Speaking of he who shall not be named, where is your little sidekick?
Poland, burn the rainbow.
I don't know, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm really care.
Your little
'Cause-
sidekick.
Pig was antagonizing people at 7:30 this morning, so chances
Oh.
are he might be asleep.
Yeah, I know. He was antagonizing me at 5 o'clock this morning when I was at work.
中央広場方面へ向かう昨日はもう夜も遅かったからでお嬢さんどこでも市内であればつまり
Fascinating.
何日これにだから
Interesting.
Incredible.
まずはなあ
What's incredible?
そこから
Whatever you're listening to.
Oh,
This guy-
Hey, Jared, check Discord DM.
Sorry about that. Did not. I got used to hearing it, so let me just go ahead and mute that. Right? Let me just go ahead and mute it.
Hey,
No,
Jared.
this guy-
What time is movie night? by the
In
way?
an hour.
Ah,
Interesting.
Shall I share that?
yes.
Why
sure,
not?
Well, first we gotta see Kim Jong Un defending his country.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't really agree with that sandwich one.
That's
Because
best Korean weapons.
Wait, go back one. Go back one, Jay. Go back to the shower head.
Go back to the shower head.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's repeated pregnant woman submarine joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they might have an unfair advantage there.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so. I think maybe just a hair.
Is that a gas-powered missile? Seriously?
It's powered by something.
Some kind
Only
of
if
gas.
they're eating beans.
Mid-breath.
Somebody got the
Okay,
reference.
that one was good.
Well, you know what? Army actually won for the first time for freaking ever in 2017. There's
Yeah,
one
it
in
had
every
been so
group.
long since they had won that nobody had been able to say Army beats Navy on Facebook until that point.
Well, that's just it. My dad got the last laugh because he and I had a gentleman's bet every year on the outcome of the Army Navy game, and and 17 was the last one before he passed.
Wow.
He finally won. He finally won. He got. I was gonna. And the day was coming where I was gonna take the beer over, and fucker had a stroke.
Oh no, the one about the old school Navy from that one, so much better.
Where's Schrodinger when we need him for this one?
Damn. That's just wrong.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh no, my boss has got me going through the gun training for my commission next week. Oh God, I know I'm gonna get stuck in there with some guys who have never shot a gun before, and they always shoot my freaking target when we're on the range. So I end up scoring. I end up scoring an extra point on my freaking target.
Yes, Tom and Jerry memes have potential. I will give that a yes.
For EO. A little
Yeah.
too
When
close.
shooting yourself in the foot isn't strong enough.
What the?
How the that is quite the glitch.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an amusing glitch for sure.
Actually, believe it or not, it's a common Unity glitch.
That sounds about right.
That's really funny because of the episode that came from.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know it was the SpongeBob SquarePants episode. All I
Oh
know-
damn!
Wow.
Hold my beer.
Really.
Yeah, I know, right? Bank sellers don't say. You need to blow that one up a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit small.
We have enough beer for everyone. Bullshit. It's pretty windy today. I think we'll stay on the dock.
We can't sell this weekend. We have church.
This winter, we're going on a cruise ship to the BB. No.
We have
Sailing
plenty
is
of
better-
ice.
Sailing is better than sex because your partner will never say, "Not again." We just
Oh, sure. You can totally borrow my Bowman that weekend. He's free.
Yeah. Okay.
I've stopped drinking for the summer.
Yeah, okay. That is a thing that has never been said on any ship I've ever met.
I've stopped drinking anything.
You know, it doesn't scream warship. It screams cruise ship.
Yeah. Well,
It's got guns on it.
Well, I mean, just look at the lines. They look more like a cruise ship line.
but
I think they're actually supposed to.
But that is part of it, and also
Cruise ship bridge design right there.
it's also an amphib.
I know.
And I'm pretty sure that just the cruise ship design elements are intentional. Harder to identify them at range.
Especially at night.
Yeah.
Alpha action, that's funny.
Oh, that's okay. I ran when I was on Aft Lookout one day. I ran across a
Wow. Like Sharknado wasn't bad enough. We have to have Sharkaland.
But hey, it's got John White in it.
I ran across a cargo
And
ship
Tim
that was
Allen.
named the Fairy Prince.
They need to have one with Pauly Shore. Just saying.
That was a fun one to report from Aft Lookout. The Fairy Prince.
Is he saying that it's his first day?
Yeah.
Yes. This is the episode where he lost his job as safety inspector.
Yeah, and
because
ended
he
up
said it was
joining
my
the
first
Navy.
day. Yeah.
How'd they do that?
Very creatively.
I bet.
A hamster-powered submarine.
Oh God, yes!
Wow! Holy shit!
Why didn't
And
Rick
it
over think of
worked.
that?
That's hilarious.
Oh, God. We better hope PETA never sees that.
Who?
PETA.
You know, the hypocrites that run kill shelters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walrus
People for the-
received a birthday cake made of fish.
Hey,
His
we
re-
finally have a menu for tonight.
Actually, it's PETA, People for the Egregious Treatment of Animals.
It did my suggestion make it?
Which one was your suggestion? Your suggestion was... No, there is no spirit science on the menu.
Damn it!
There's Hoven the Younger, Fuck It Word, Jeranism, and Hoven the Elder.
We need to get Jism off the channel for a while.
Yes.
Oh, damn, I hate that guy.
Chisholm's easy to hate. I'm gonna get some food. I'll be right back.
I just want to see if we can keep the channel under 30. That would be good.
I already asked Jared.
I think it seems we've run out of
Yeah.
we run out of memes.
We never run out of memes. We just take a break every now and then.
Oh.
You mean a half-hour break for Red to stream?
Well,
Hold on.
that was oh god, what are you doing now?
I'm gonna show Squirrel the suggestion you made.
Oh, you're I'm kind of proud of catching that one.
That
Oh,
is
dear.
quite good.
Oh god.
All right, I'm waiting.
Got to get through another ad first.
Another ad.
Actually, you know what? Now that I'm actually getting to take a look at Facebook, Bull, that is actually quite the quite
Size
the topic.
responded. Wait, patch incoming. Let's stitch Tovin Jr.
No, let's ditch Jared.
Oh, no, no.
I can deal with Hoven the Younger.
Oh no. You don't understand the wonderful joy of this.
For those who missed it the first time, so from Spirit Science, just look at the title.
Oh God.
Oh,
This
wait till
one-
you see the runtime.
And it's an hour and a half long.
Oh dear.
Don't you want to see that face for an hour and a half there, Squirrel? I think we broke his internet.
I think he's running away.
Sai agreed with ditching Jism instead.
Oh, God.
Squirrel, you missed it in the conversation on Twitter where
All
I
right,
suggested
hold on.
it.
Somebody get hold of me. All right. I gotta go look myself.
Look
The
at
Twitter group. Jared said, "Hey, at Woo Debunker, let's put this on the menu for tonight." Evil grin.
Thank you, Mr. Blitz. I appreciate that. Oh, ditch Jism. Good.
So,
Oh,
so
Hell-
when I made the suggestion, Squirrel, in the Twitter group,
Uh-huh.
Hill's response, "Please, God, no."
we never did discuss our private conversation.
No,
with
no,
Jared.
we didn't. So we're getting the framework back in place.
Yep.
So to which I said, "Oh, but Hillel, did you see the runtime?"
And I responded in between their responses with, "Jared must have restocked a beer supply today to a 90-day loadout, which your movie night time is 7 hours."
So after taking a look at the runtime, Hill's response went to, in all capitals, "Please, God, no."
RJ made a response too.
Ooh, Nibiru, the Lemuria of Atlantices.
Well, it could be worse. It could be Spirit
An
Science
hour and
collabing
a-
with Jism
oh,
and
fuck
Lily.
me. An hour and a half.
I can find the good ones every now and then.
Oh dear. He really went. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He went.
Oh, Squirrel. Oh,
Yeah.
I think we broke Squirrel.
We broke his internet.
The Lord Croco Squirrel is evolving
Epic.
into
I've gotta
Robo
get him. I
Croco
gotta
Squirrel.
smack him now.
So I have Discord pulled up, Jared.
So Squirrel, after I made the suggestion, in the midst of all that, Jay decides to message me on, on Discord.
So
That's-
to Jared, I said,
Oh,
"You're
you
a
guys-
masochist to the nth degree. You're purposely trying to
Message.
kill the civilian panel members, aren't you?"
Maybe.
We're gonna. Fortunately for my wife and children, I'm not a civilian.
Well, here's the thing. I said, I guess I'll have to bust out the good stuff, and by that I mean go buy the good stuff. LOL. It's not bad. The stuff I bought today.
So
It definitely needs to be chilled.
So, and my response was, if more people on the panel actually drank properly, then one could say my goal was to test and push their limits.
Agreed.
For
To which I
everyone
said
else, your
agreed.
goal is to kill them.
So then Jared's next response after I said agreed.
You know, although, imagine Pelt on cheap rum. I wonder, would he be a happy or violent drunk?
He would be violent.
I said he would be violent, then the sad and mopey type, I think.
He'd probably get loud. Louder.
Yeah.
Oh, the menu's changed on
Yeah, he replaced Jism. He replaced Jism with Spirit Science.
No.
He also added Phuket word.
Phuket word was there before.
Yeah, Fuckwit was already there.
I already saw. I didn't see Fuckwit on the Discord one.
Yeah, it was Fuckwit, Jism, and then the two.
Oh yes.
The two bovines. So, this will be an interesting one, especially if my suggestion wins. Oh my god, I'm gonna have fun with that.
You know, I might not see that wheel stop spinning until that is selected.
Well, the problem is, so amongst all that, Sai, before we went on air, tried to see if he could weight options differently. And the bad part is that if you weight the options differently, it changes the physical size of the portions on the wheel.
Right.
So
Which sucks.
So we cannot sneakily weight one option more than another. But we would never do that. Because it's not like last week I was vying for the Russian vids video just because he's fucking bitch made.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind, especially Hovind the Elder, because even if he's wrong, at least his oratory is decent.
All right.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
the
bail a
younger
little
is
bit
just
early.
annoying.
I have to make
Oh,
a
Mr.
run really quick,
Water?
and I'll be back.
Water?
All right. See you later, Jay. But
Whereas
yeah.
people like Jism just spout complete drivel and think they sound smart.
But if I use them big complicated words, it means I'm smart.
Not if you don't know what they mean.
Oh, pish posh. That's just details.
Well, here's the thing, Jared, is that you need to see if you can get me on tonight's panel. Because if it's Hovind the Elder, I want to be on that.
Well,
especially being that I'm a former member of the clergy. So yeah.
Well, we won't know what the option is until for about an hour.
Well, yeah, but if it's on the table to be spun for, then yeah, I want to be on the panel regardless. But yeah, if Hovind the Elder gets selected, I definitely need to be in that.
Elder.
This is not a bad beer.
Which kind?
Deschutes Obsidian Stout.
You need to find you some Shinerbach, my friend.
No, the one that actually surprised me was Yingling. Like, I've heard people talk it up, but generally when people talk up a beer the way that one has been, it falls flat.
Well, I'm not generally a fan of beers, but I do like trying new ones that I haven't tried before, so...
This is
But
what I'm
Yingling-
drinking tonight.
Yingling is definitely drinkable.
The Republic whiskey.
Uh-huh. You see the shape of the bottle, don't you?
Oh, yeah, of course, because they have an ego problem down there.
You know what? We have an ego problem down here.
Bottle seems a little small for Texas, though.
Well, you see, this is 750 milliliter. Their next size up was a 4 gallon.
Oh,
okay. God, they jumped to the...
They
So-
don't have anything smaller than that.
So, essentially, you got the taste tester.
Basically, yes. But I wasn't about to part with $75 to get the gallon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I have a question. How the hell did fucking Word actually manage to make a 21-minute video out of shadows, out of sun shadows?
He likes
Because
playing with himself.
Uh-huh.
Probably the same way we're going to turn it into at least 45 minutes, and that's being generous.
Well, that's being incredibly generous. The last time I can remember instances where we had videos less than 10 minutes turned into a whole night.
Yeah.
Okay.
It all depends on how much we want to avoid the stupid and start talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be back. I gotta finish making my lemonade for the show tonight if I'm gonna be drinking when everybody says drink.
I don't. Honestly, the only thing I got on hand is water and coffee, and that's good. So, I actually need to find a way to get my hands on some booze. That's just all.
Yeah, but you're going to want to test it and pregame a bit and rebuild the style for at least a day before.
Yeah. That's all right. Speaking of builds, it sounds like I may actually have one to do here in a few days.
Okay, who's not playing with the pooch?
It's not the pooch. It's not the dog here. That one was being obnoxious a couple of minutes ago, but yeah, not so much now. I'm actually pulling for. I'm actually gonna pull for Spirit Science this time because I don't want to listen to fucking word again. I can take Eric, and Kent is Kent.
Yeah, see that's the thing is when you're getting different flavors of the same stupid on there each week, you gotta throw something on there that's different. And we haven't dealt with Patch in quite a while. Granted,
Well, it seems like the last time we wound up dealing with Patch, I the Human History movie.
What he said.
Then bug sight till it came on. I made it on. So of course, Jared, when the Nibiru movie comes up, we're going to do that. We should probably, however, somebody probably should go around doing some his little area shorts at some point in the near future. I'm debating very strongly doing them myself, and I'm taking volunteers to help.
Anyone else have the urge to say "domo arigato"?
I already did.
No, but I meant on air.
Am I missing?
You're roboting to the point where we're hearing every third word.
Okay, that's not. I don't think that's on my end at this point because I just had to reset my.
That comment. That comment.
You're better
was
now.
good. Yeah, that time you were understandable. Before that, your more longer-winded ones is when the roboting hits you in the middle.
Yeah.
So even your ISP is telling you brevity.
Yeah. Fuck you and Sprint. No, actually, I just actually reset my my wireless card.
That would do it too. But it is 11.
That could do.
My wireless card is shit, by the way.
Well, what wireless card isn't?
I don't know. It's 3 years old now.
Then it's really going to be shit.
No, it's a BGN, and I actually have a driver mismatch.
That'll do it.
It's super shit.
The correct drivers for this card don't exist.
Yeah, that explains a lot. But it is getting close to the time to relax and set up the libations for the next round of stupid to deal with.
Oh, I'm already set up.
Oh yeah,
I'm still looking for volunteers to help me with the destruction of Patch's previous 3 vids. The ones on Samaria that set up the Nibiru thing.
Send them to me, Lord. Send them to me with or through Discord. I'll take a look at them and see if I can help you with the dumpster fire that should be.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a dumpster fire. It's going to be probably going to take 6 videos. I haven't done a good patch debunk in a long time.
Well, I can probably help with some of that.
All right, let me grab the. Who are you on Discord?
You wished.
Okay, I'll find you. You won't be hard.
When you message me, it'll show up as repentant conservative. But yeah,
as what?
Be aware. Repentant conservative.
Okay. Dip down. I'm gonna have to dig you out of the Discord.
He's easy.
I posted all over Discord.
Yeah, he'll be easy enough to find on there.
Yeah, let me see. Last message I posted was in, I think it was,
Gotcha.
idea box. Yeah. So, yeah. No, he's got me listed
I
as the
got you.
local. Jared,
I got. I found
you.
you.
You
I'll have
need
those
to get in. You
links
need to
for you
get
in
in
two
there.
shakes.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, Jared, you need to get into Discord and change my name back to You Wish. I forgot last night. Piggy changed it to the local cunt.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds like picking to me.
Yes, it does.
I don't know why. I just actually don't like him all that much.
Seems like there's a few people that don't.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily anything personally, just kind of is there and not quite the way I like. So
I think
I don't hate the man like Peter does, but
Well, Peter caused a lot of that himself.
I don't disagree. You know, I don't hate the man like Peter does, but I'm not a huge fan.
I didn't understand why their whole thing was still going long after I forgot what even started it.
The genesis was Peter didn't like how something was set up. We tried to ask him, what don't you like? How can we help? And he raged.
Yeah.
There's the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep, I found. Okay, I get those links. I put those links in a DM for you on.
I already got them.
Outstanding.
I'm gonna check them out if I'm still awake after movie night.
I may actually, depending on whether or not my internet is going to cause problems with the whole continued roboticism. I may actually watch them tonight after I wind up leaving movie night.
Well, if I can get them in a video format, I'll try to shoot the video format over to you and let you chop it up and do whatever with it that you want.
So, real quick, yes or no? Acceptable nickname now?
Let me look and see. I'm not looking in Discord. It's not refreshing.
Okay, I just picked up an AKA for you, so.
No, it's still showing me as the local cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I see it inside. Jared, you son of
a... hey, at least it was acceptable.
Well, yeah, until my children read it.
Read what?
Not see them because God knows they're going to watch this tomorrow.
So just make sure you clip out the end of it.
No, my mom made sure I was cut or right after I was born. So.
That was a bad idea.
And even then, they're not going to see it because you didn't post anything while your nickname was that.
Yeah.
No, they'll just catch the end of that video and wonder what the hell we're on about.
Oh, it wasn't shown, but see
so
that.
Where did I go?
There
it is. I'm down at the very, very bottom. Cool. Okay, back to you, Rich.
Sweet. That's where you're supposed to go. It's alphabetical order.
Yep. See, that's why I wanted to start with something with the letter A, just to give you a moment at the top.
Well, imagine what it's like for me. I'm in the middle of the alphabet, so I'm usually way down, nested way down towards the bottom of shit. I have to really find my name. I can't just jump to the top or head all the way to the bottom.
And with that, we will see all of you next week.